Good morning, Jack.
All right, forgive me if I'm a little wacky today.
Why, are you no sleeping?
No, I got some sleep, but okay. When I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is I really hate to waste food.
Yeah.
So I've been going through I haven't been like going to the market. I've been trying to just eat the stuff that's in my house before I move so it doesn't go bad.
So you don't have to move the food?
Well, and so I don't have to throw it out because
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, it's going to take a day. And
Yeah.
So one of the things I found in my
That's right.
refrigerator.
You have to move your refrigerator,
Right,
too.
exactly.
Okay.
So one of the things I found in my fridge was this weird energy drink in like a tin, but it wasn't like a Red Bull. It was in a really tall tin container.
Oh, nice.
So I pounded it this morning, but I haven't had an energy drink in a long time, and I'm a little jittery and bizarre feeling, to tell you the truth.
You're a little high at 5:37?
Well, how you get that energy drink like rush?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like a different than a caffeine rush, too,
It is.
like from coffee.
Yeah, it's different than because I'll drink tea all morning here, and I don't have a problem, but this is like a weird like ginseng whatever.
That's true, too. And you don't drink coffee.
Right.
So you don't drink a lot of like strong jolts of caffeine anyway. So something like this will knock you for a loop.
So I'm all wacky. So just going to warn you right now.
So you got your keys to the new house?
Yeah.
All right.
Yay, finally. And I moved some junk in. But, I took pictures because, your house never looks as good as that when you walk in and it's totally empty.
Yeah.
As soon as I fill it with all our crap, it's going to look just like my old house.
But when you, is it the weird thing, when you get the keys, is it like, wow, I have a house, or is it, wow, all those checks just cleared?
Oh,
and now I'm like so
it's like,
in debt.
oh my God, how do I pay for this? I'm walking around thinking, well, maybe if I just leave the electricity off, then I don't have to pay that bill.
Isn't it the craziest stuff that goes through your head right then?
Oh my God, I'm so panicked. My wife's, obviously, she's out of town, so she doesn't get it really.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you freaking out? I'm like, because we can't afford to live here. It's not like rent where it's not really our place or whatever,
You should wear your clothes a couple times before they're really dirty.
Right, so I don't have to wash them or beat them against rocks or something outside.
It's funny how you start thinking of
yeah,
and you never thought of that as a kid.
No.
You live with your parents. It's
Oh
like,
my God,
let's
air conditioning
go.
on. Maybe we should leave stuff in the dryer for extra long.
Got my desk light on
Exactly.
and my lights and my TV and my stereo at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh, man, that's funny. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
That's awesome. Today, our guest host will be Ross, the Tonight Show intern.
And we're action-packed. I mean, it's really busy today.
You know what, though? I'm a little pissy about today's show. And
is it from the memos?
yeah, all
me too.
the memos up the wazoo. I'm not real happy right now coming out of the box. I'll tell you that right now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will tell you the conditions that have been set on Jack and Stench for today's show, which not really that cool because we're not known to be complete a-holes all the time, and we're usually pretty nice to guests.
Right.
So we'll address this when we come back on the Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Jamie, Jack and Stench Show.
Okay, when last we left you, Jack and Stench were bitching about all the conditions being put on them for today's show, which
Oh my God,
which
I
is
have
weird.
memo after memo here. I printed out this morning because I print out all the stuff Amy sends me, and there's, where is it? Here it is. This is for David Hasselhoff. No super personal questions like the wife stuff, the beating stuff, or the drinking stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Which,
that one.
by the way, those are things that are out there. That's what people want to know about. Or, hey, is any of this crap true? Like, what's going on? Or how do you defend yourself against this?
DJ AM, no dating questions, no Nicole questions.
Which, by the way, if it wasn't for Nicole, you wouldn't know who DJ AM was.
Right.
Really. I mean, she put that dude on the map as being,
Right.
other than that, it's stomach stapling with DJ AM.
Right. And for Ross, I have no Leno questions.
No Leno question.
Don't mention that show.
Don't ask about that Jay Leno.
Exactly.
No, actually, Ross and Dennis Leary are our only two guests today without conditions.
That's true.
But it was funny, and I pushed him on it. I'm like, hey, really, I need to ask some of these questions, or people get mad at us for not asking those questions.
Right.
And they know, hey, this isn't right. And Jamie asked people brutal questions, so there's no way in the tradition of the show we could go on without doing that. And then they're like, well, we'll just cancel them.
Yeah,
We'll cancel them.
Kathy Griffin just decided she didn't even want to answer our questions and canceled.
Yeah. Kathy Griffin just canceled because she didn't want to face the heat of this show. Then all of these things, but we've done nothing. There's been one incident. We've had heavy guests now this is the fourth week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of anybody we had a problem with.
There's been no incident.
Well, Steven Seagal, there was no incident, but
It was an awkward
Steven
interview.
and Cheech were too bad, but that was nothing to do with us being mean to them.
And there was no prying questions.
Right,
It was just trying to
exactly.
get them to answer a question without
It was
saying yes
just-
or
yeah,
no.
It was any question. It was the wrong question
Just
for
trying
them.
to get them to talk. So very strange that all of a sudden there's conditions on Jack and I, because that's just not, that hasn't been our style. Hell, I was nice to the Dixie chick and I hate them.
That's true.
I sucked it up and was like, you know what? And they didn't want me to be mean to her and piss them off.
You know what we should do? Do you want to be, if you really want to be an ass, when these people come in, we'll ask them the safest questions ever. Do you like unicorns? We'll just random crap that Amy could not possibly contest to.
But I can tell you this. This is the honest to God truth. And one of the reasons that we have to go along with this at this point is because you have big publicists. You don't want to piss them off,
Right.
or you don't want to piss off the network, or blah, blah, blah.
Right.
My whole theory here is these guys, they're not the ones putting the restrictions on. It's their publicist,
Right.
it's their handler, it's whoever it is that puts these things out there
Right.
to smooth it out.
And Amy wants to get really good Christmas gifts from these people.
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to upset them because those publicists kiss her butt.
Yeah. And Dennis Leary, no limits whatsoever. So I
You
can
know
ask
what?
away
To,
on
tell,
Dennis.
to be completely honest, too, I can't think of anything too salacious to ask Dennis.
Oh, hold on. Let's look who's on the phone.
It's
Put her
Amy.
on hold. Hey, Sugarman.
First of all, the rules are not just for you guys.
Hey, thanks for
Second of
ruining the
all-
show before it started.
The rules are not just for you guys. The rules are for everybody that interviews these people. Second of all, reading the rules on the air
Yeah.
defeats the purpose of the rules.
No, we
No,
didn't ask
it
him.
can't. We have to. That's
We
one
didn't
thing.
ask him into his face. That doesn't defeat the purpose of the rules.
And
Let me tell you, I'm in the shower right now, and I heard you guys come on, so I turned the water
Hey,
off
I have a
so
question.
I could hear you guys.
Amy, are there rules to asking you questions about being in the shower?
Yeah.
Do you have weird
No.
shower rituals, too?
Yes, it takes me forever.
What do you
because
do in the shower?
are you out of bounds?
Oh.
First of all, I'm completely naked and dripping, and I have to get back in the shower with the phone.
Right.
No, it takes me so long because I have to do one foot.
What are you
other
doing
foot.
right
One
now?
foot, other foot. Which foot first?
Do you go foot up or head down? Do you start at your head or do you start at your feet and work your way up?
First I take the loofah and I do it everywhere. Then I go back and I concentrate on the feet. I'm so particular about my feet.
Well, what's weird is if you, because the feet get dirty because everything washes down. All the dirt from your body washes down.
Well, and sometimes if I take a bath, then I have to fully shower after the bath.
Yeah. So, we
No.
weren't supposed to talk about the rules of all these guests we have today?
You ruined it. I had her
That's the
so
reason we
off the
have
subject.
the rules. You can't go, oh, everybody, here's all the rules.
Maybe they could help.
But they expect us to
Right.
ask these questions. We can't not do that.
Here's what I'm thinking. Let Ross.
What are you thinking?
This is what I'm thinking. Except for Dennis Leary, which, Stench, I think you should take the lead on Dennis Leary.
No, Dennis Leary's fine. He's a funny, really.
He's a funny guy who really doesn't
Yeah.
have any rules, and I can't think of anything too intrusive to
No,
ask
but
him.
he's so awesome. You know, he was like a fireman, and then now he has this show, and Susan Sarandon's on the show.
Right.
There's so
Again,
much stuff.
Yeah.
no controversy there. It's only the people with controversy who set down rules. Dennis doesn't have any problems.
Yeah, Ross the
And
intern
John-
has no rules. He's sitting in the other room like, hey, can I bring in a camera with me? He doesn't care. No rules.
Right.
Good guy. We like Ross the intern.
Steve and Kayla from Days of Our Lives. No rules.
Yeah, but we don't know who she is.
Yeah, that's why I had to bring you in.
That's two people, Steve
Yeah, but
and Kayla. And those are
because
their characters.
no one knows
Yeah,
anything
the
about
rules
her.
are, so what have you been doing the last 16
No
years?
one knows
It's like
anything
having
about that.
Charles Manson in and say, "Don't ask about the murders." What do Oh,
First
so
of
you,
all,
so,
what did I say
so you
about
like the
David
Beach
Hasselhoff?
Boys, Chuck?
What?
What did I say about David Hasselhoff? Knight Rider? Go for it. Baywatch? Go for
Yeah,
it.
but
Those were humongous shows that we grew up with. They're legendary. You can't avoid. That's like
Right.
talking to Henry Winkler tomorrow, and we don't bring up the whole Fonzie thing.
Right.
Just look.
But that's like having Eric Estrada on saying you can talk about chips, but don't bring up those chunks of land that he sells up north in
And
the
he
middle of
hates
nowhere.
Larry Wilcox.
Right.
Don't bring him
Don't
up
bring
either.
Am I going to get upset today?
No. Okay. Here's one thing. The thing DJ AM's doing, I'm really excited about. It's an awesome party, and I'm going to it tonight. It's gonna be
Yeah,
freaking
perfect. It's
rocking.
going to be great.
So I'm really excited about that. I'm not
And
excited
DJ
about
AM
conditions.
DJ AM is so nice.
That's what I.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
Crazy
actually.
nice.
I'm actually excited about him because he is a really cool guy.
Yeah.
It's more that there's a lot of news about the Hoff.
Yeah.
So what, you were going to be like, hey, David, thanks for coming on. Tell me about your divorce.
Bingo.
No.
How's
In
that going
fact,
for
Amy,
you?
you know I just taped that. I'm going to play it back as your question to him. We're going to be super nice. Amy had a question on the phone.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I will tell him how I loved him when he was on Night
Hey,
Rider.
why did Kathy Griffin cancel?
I don't know. I'm finding out about
And
that.
she only canceled our show, so now you can't tell us that these conditions are only for our show.
Okay, how about this? If you're nice to David Hasselhoff, you can be mean to Kathy Griffin.
No,
She's not
no,
on.
She's not coming, and we don't want to be mean to her. I like her. I think she's funny, and I have this peculiar, strange
Yeah,
attraction to her.
Stench was walking around here
Okay,
talking about how
I'm
hot she
finding
was
out-
yesterday.
I'm finding out what's going on with Kathy Griffin. But with the Hoff,
And
I
why
love
can't
the
we
Hoff.
get Screech?
All right, well, let's wait until she puts some clothes on. And then
Okay,
we'll talk
get
to her
dressed. I
later.
feel awkward talking to you naked.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Let's take a break. Ross, the intern's here next. The whole show's kind of weird now.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench. The Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Ross, the Tonight Show intern, in here with us today is our special guest. Welcome.
Good morning.
We're going to go right to you, and we're going to have a whole interview with Ross. But first, let's go to the privatephone.com hotline, and we've got a very big superstar on the phone from the television show. Oh, my God. Dennis Leary's television show, which is Rescue Me on FX, and it is coming up on tonight at 10 p.m. This show has gotten huge. The second season, they added Susan Sarandon, but let's talk to him about it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dennis Leary! Hi,
Hey guys,
Dennis!
how are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
What's going on? What's happening?
We're going crazy. You're our only guest this morning that came on the show without any conditions of the interview.
Right?
Like, don't ask Dennis about this or about that, and da-da-da-da. We got a lot of that going on this morning. We appreciate that you didn't give us any conditions.
No, there's no conditions.
Yeah. Hey, tell us
The
about...
obviously, the only condition is that you guys mentioned Rescue Me, which you already did. But let me just get a quick plug in before we get
Let's
started.
go.
The Rescue Me soundtrack, which is in stores now, which is the best of the music from the first, second, and current season. It's actually great. It's got Afghan Wigs. It's got it's got everybody. I can't even think of all the bands right now, but it's in stores.
Well, now, one thing I noticed, you guys started off, the latest season just kicked off May 30th, and right out of the box, you killed off the character that played your son.
Yeah, we killed him off at the end of last year, which was very controversial. A lot of
Okay.
people were really upset, but it fit the story organically, and it's great TV. So
Did that kid piss you off on the set, Dennis? Did you say, we're writing him out?
A lot of these show business kids are just they're pains in the ass. They're pains in the asses anyways. Their parents, they don't go to school. The parents like homeschool them. Or
Yeah.
they have a quote tutor unquote on the set. What really happens is, they're all over Hollywood. These kids just they don't do anything except go to auditions, and their parents, that whole deal.
Yes.
Like, the parents are living off of them. It's the Macaulay Culkin thing.
Yeah.
That's
So,
exactly
you
what
know,
it
like,
is.
He had to write a book to say that he didn't hate his father. I mean, come on.
And then you come out and say, hey, I got a storyline for you.
Yeah. Well, basically, I think Lenny Clark, who plays Uncle Teddy, said to him, "See, kid, now you're going to die." But the great thing on our show is sometimes when you die, your part gets bigger because
Yeah.
there's ghosts.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah.
Now, one big thing, too, I mean, what an addition this year with Susan Sarandon on the show. That's awesome.
And Marissa Tomei.
Susan's on, Marissa Tomei, and actually they're both great. Marissa's character is a feisty Italian ex-wife of my brother Johnny, and Susan's a love interest for Danny Sinjata, who plays Franco. So they're both fans. I mean, the fact that we have 2 Oscar winners plus Tatum O'Neal, who plays my sister, who's a 3rd Oscar winner, and none of them bring their Oscars around. Like if I had an Oscar, I'd turn it into a cigarette lighter and I'd have it with me wherever I went.
Like a necklace.
Yeah,
right?
hey, you're a Golden Globe nominee from this show, and it's funny is I read some really great quotes about the show when it first came out, and they said if you thought this guy was a comedian who's also an actor, now he is a full-blown actor and could be considered nothing less than just an actor. That you do such an amazing job on the show.
Yeah, it's funny. It only took them 2 television series and 37 movies to figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah, the movies don't count. They're all about this show. Rescue Me is huge.
Well, we're enjoying the hell out of it, and I think tonight people who are fans of the show are going to flip out because the ending tonight is a real shocker. Actually, from this point on, the rest of the season, it just takes it twists and turns every week. I mean, it's and the actors are they're really, especially Melissa and Susan. It's just they're really cooking, So we're having a great time, and as long as everybody else is enjoying it. We're happy because it means we get to keep going to work.
Absolutely awesome show is on FX tonight at 10 p.m. It's called Rescue Me, Dennis
And
Leary.
also, if I could just mention, if you go to www.learyfirefighters.org, if you want to donate money to the Leary Firefighters Foundation, it helps fire departments all over the country. But specifically, within that website, you'll find a thing called the Jerry Lucy Fund that's named after my cousin who died in the line of duty as a firefighter in December of '99. That fund is earmarked for the New Orleans Fire Department.
Wow.
They're a devastated fire department. They lost 22 firehouses out of their 36 firehouses that were just washed away in the flood. Plus, they didn't have any rescue boats because of the lack of funding. So I've just bought 15 rescue boats, but they need another 15. So if you
all
want to
from
help,
this fund?
If you want to help the New Orleans Fire Department, go to www.learyfirefighters.org, and then within that website, go to the Jeremiah Lucy Fund, and you can donate money to specifically help the New Orleans Fire Department right now.
That's absolutely awesome, and to be commended for that. And I read that in there that you had lost your cousin in a who was a firefighter, and then you started this fund, and then you've spun it off now. So now you're helping New Orleans. I know you did a thing for the 9/11 firefighters. You've done some really cool stuff with that.
Hey, now, Dennis, this is Ross, the intern from The Tonight Show. Maybe you can help me now, too, because I'm going to be shooting a segment at the end of the month with the Burbank Fire Department.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a firefighter.
You're going to be a firefighter for a day?
Yeah, well, for 2 days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Any advice?
Yeah, I would say make sure that you shower in a separate shower from the
Damn. Okay.
Awesome, hey.
Hey, can I say one more thing?
One more thing. Go ahead, Dennis.
Okay, I have nothing to do with this movie, but Nacho Libre, you got to go see it. You'll laugh
Is it
your
good?
ass off. It's hilarious.
I want to see that. It looks
90
awesome.
minutes. It's total 90 minutes of silly Jack Black fun. It's fantastic.
I love that. I have
by the
nothing
way,
to do with it.
I'm voting for Jack Black for Best Actor in the Oscars. Okay?
That's hysterical.
He must fart in this movie about 10 times.
Oh, that's always funny.
I know.
Robert De Niro's a great actor. You ever seen him fart in a movie?
No.
Right?
Yeah, that's absolutely
Not
awesome. Dennis
All right,
Leary,
I gotta roll.
thank you.
thank you.
Rescue
Thank
Me
you.
tonight at 10 on FX. Thank you for being on the show, Dennis. And
guys.
we'll plug up your website again later on so people can make donations because that's a great thing you're doing.
All right, thanks,
Thank
guys.
you. All right.
Bye.
All right, we're going to take a break and we will be back and we're going to interview Ross, the Tonight Show intern, get all rolling with that.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Ross, the intern from the Tonight Show. Welcome.
Welcome, Ross.
Whoop. Hi.
We didn't get to do a formal introduction of you
I
because
feel
Dennis
bad.
Leary jumped in.
Yeah,
please.
normally we get, we'll get the guest host in, we'll warm him up for a little while to get, used to being in here.
Yeah.
You came in and there he is.
Trial by
Dennis Leary.
fire. Hey, here's Dennis Leary. Go.
You'd be surprised how warm I am already, so it's fine.
So how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
It's good to have you back. Thank you for coming in, filling in for Jamie today.
What else am I doing? You know what I mean?
Hey, you're big because there's people on the phone already that want to talk to you about your blog. Tell
here's-
us about
yeah,
the blog.
The blog is like the biggest thing in the world. I started at the Olympics when I was covering it for The Tonight Show.
And that's when we first started talking to you.
Right, yeah,
Yes.
totally. And now I blog for the Tonight Show website. So if you go to NBC.com/Tonight Show, there's a little link in the bottom right corner. And every day I write something about my life and post it up with pictures and blah, blah, blah. We have chat rooms. In fact, I'm in the chat room during the commercial breaks today.
So you're chatting and being that's cool. That's what we want to be, totally interactive.
Totally interactive. So there are people like listening on the Star 98.7 website.
Yes.
Listening to the streaming audio, and then they're going to be calling in from across the country.
And you have like weird, any strange bloggers?
Not strange per se. I love these people are great, but they have you make up names because everybody's anonymous on the internet.
Yeah.
So there's like Biscuit or Biscuit and Butter, a lesbian couple from I think Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Jack and I are biscuit and gravy, and I'm gravy.
Oh, sweet.
So that's us when we're on there.
Oh, that's cute.
Now let's talk to some of your bloggers because they started calling the
yeah.
second they heard that you were here
fun.
and they want to know how you're doing so far.
right.
Sherry, welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Good
Hi.
morning. Hi, Sherry.
What's your
This is
screen name,
Special
Sherry?
Girl Sherry from Arizona. How you doing there, Rob?
I'm great. I know Sherry from Arizona. I read your comments on the blog.
Of course.
You know what's so
I'm a
funny?
loyal Bronx supporter.
I noticed that like when you get interactive and you start going back and forth on the chat boards,
Yeah.
it's so consuming. Like we had Jamie Kennedy in last week, who's a big MySpace head, and he was on it nonstop throughout the entire time.
I don't know if it means that I have a purpose or it means I'm pathetic. But I am like a blogaholic. I'm constantly typing and pictures and, chatting and all of that. I love it.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you for calling in, Sherry. Ross is doing
All
great
right.
so far.
See you on
Good
the
luck,
blog.
Ross. Have a great time.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Nice talking to you guys.
See ya. Let's talk to Kristen, another blogger. Kristen, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you, Ross?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I just wanted to say thank you for trying to help me with my graduation. That was wonderful of you.
What do you do on your blog?
What do you tutor people?
I make dreams come true.
Dreams come
Kristen,
true.
I'm sorry, sweet. I don't know what you're talking about. What did I do?
Oh, you were going to try to help me with a silent auction gift
Did he
Cal-
though?
for Lavender graduation at
Yeah, Cal
Cal Poly.
Poly Pomona. I didn't do that, though, did I?
Oh, well, let's find. We'll find something around the station.
Email me, sweetie, and I'll do it.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
No, he'll get it done.
Kristen, hold on right now. We'll find you something around the station for your silent
Okay.
auction. I'm sure we
Yeah.
have something
Yeah, we
here.
have something crap.
So we'll just take care of that. Get Ross off the hook right
Yeah,
now.
we'll put her on hold,
you.
so hold on the line, okay? You know what we could do? Even if
We'll have him sign something here. We'll have Ross sign Dennis Leary's bio.
Dennis Leary's what?
and we'll also give her a pair of passes to the star screening of Warner Brothers Pictures' Superman Returns, starring Brandon Routh and Kate Bosworth. Opens in theaters June 30th. Check out Superman Returns world premiere on June 21st at the Man Village Theater in Westwood. Be one of the first 300 to show up at 5:30 p.m. to sit in the VIP bleachers to see the celebrity arrivals.
Oh, that's cool.
Look
So
at that,
we'll give her that as well.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Absolutely awesome.
Awesome. Do we have any other bloggers?
There's more bloggers on the line. We're going to take a break,
Okay.
and when we come back, we will talk to the bloggers and Sam Rubin in Entertainment Report. You know Sam Rubin?
I love Sam Rubin.
If you could really be mean to him, we'd appreciate it.
Go in the chat
Jack
room.
and Stench. 1-800 Rubin's Entertainment Report on the Jamie Jack and Stench Show.
Sam, are you there?
I am here.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
good. Yeah, I want to
All
make sure you were
right,
there.
Sam
Oh, is this
Rubin.
actually happening live right now, the second?
Yeah,
Yes.
live. It's called the Sam Rubin Entertainment Report. Happens at 6:33
Cool,
every
right.
morning
Sorry.
on this radio station. How are you?
Very, very good. You know what? I feel like, here's the thing with Ross the intern.
Hi, Sam,
Hi,
by
Ross.
the way.
Are you getting paid?
To do this today?
No, I know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Sam did on Friday. He knows there's no pay.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
no
not
pay.
getting paid, baby. But in general, yeah. It's my job now,
Ross, I say this in the nicest way.
Yeah.
You sound like a girl.
Hey!
Well, look how perceptive Sam is. That's the first time I've heard that. Well,
Anyway.
yes, I do. But you know what? That's the beauty. We're all different, you
Right.
know?
It's
That's
true.
why he has such a manly name, Ross.
Right.
So you can't confuse that.
And here's the thing, Ross. So you have to set the record straight because I have criticized Jay's show many, many times.
Okay.
Because we've had stars come on. I mean, obviously it's the biggest show and very popular. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But that the interviews are almost scripted. And then we had somebody here recently.
Who told you that? I remember when they said no, it was the
No,
most unscripted.
they said it was the most unscripted. That was who was that?
Was it Jamie Kennedy?
Maybe it was Jamie
Yeah, it
Kennedy.
was Jamie
Yes,
that told you
Jamie
that.
Kennedy.
Well,
So-
I've never had the privilege of actually sitting on the couch and being interviewed, so I don't know. But I don't prepare anything that I
Apparently.
do. Why are you being so mean to me?
Been again.
Sam, this took a horrible turn.
You know what it is? Sam hangs out with the guy over there named Carlos, who's a mean, nasty little man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah,
yes.
and so Sam is getting nasty.
Yeah.
No,
well,
no.
Sam, I'm only gonna be nice to you just to mix things up.
And
okay?
likewise, I'll be just. Where do you go to school?
Oh, sweet. I graduated 4 years ago. I've been
Okay.
with the Tonight Show almost 5 years now.
Wow, you've got to get promoted from internship to staffer.
I know, right? Well, I have an office now because I'm,
Oh, my
blogging and
God.
everything. Yeah.
Wow.
And you go you go in every day?
Every day I work. We're doing coming up soon. We're gonna have a web show on the web, the John and Ross show with John Melendez, behind the scenes and all that.
I like John. John's a really cool guy.
Isn't he a cool
yeah.
guy? Yeah.
That'll be
You
fun.
know who I like is I like the warm-up guy, Bob.
Yeah, Bob Perlow.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
very
a nice guy.
Oh, wow. I know Bob.
Do you know Bob?
He used to warm up my uncle's show, Night Court.
Warm up
How
your
many
uncle's
years
what?
ago?
Night.
What did your uncle do on Night
He
Court?
created it.
Really?
Was your uncle Weinhold Regi?
Reinhold Wiggy. That's my
Really?
uncle, yep.
So do
Really?
you know Marsha Warfield?
This is getting
Not
weird.
Is your
Ross.
Jack is your because here's the thing, which is a secret that's not secret to Jack, but to everyone else in the vast listening audience, those that are still with us. People who create TV sitcoms are richer than God. Is
Oh
he-
my God! Yes, he has a house on a cliff in La Jolla that you wouldn't believe.
Dude, his next door
Yes.
neighbor was that
Tony Robbins.
yeah, Tony Robbins,
Wow.
dude. That's big money.
And did he do anything?
money.
Did he do anything before or after Night Court?
He worked on. He was executive producer of Barney Miller before Night Court.
See, all you need is one.
Wow.
Wow,
He's
that's
got
really
two.
good. All right, Ross the intern, are you excited about the Nicole Kidman-Keith Urban wedding?
Oh, I could not be more excited.
Okay, I just have to say it. Are you going to be a groomsman or bridesmaid? Honestly.
What do you think? I think I'll sit in the middle somewhere. And
all right.
Okay.
As apparently you do. Anyway.
Why are you so mean to
I know,
Ross?
you're
Sam
kind of an
Rubin.
ass.
I like.
You know what it is? Sam found somebody he could beat up, so he knows.
No,
he's
no beating up Ross.
Because-
You'd be surprised.
no.
I'd sit on your head, Sam.
Okay, we talk about there's nothing worse. We've talked about this.
And then I'd beat you up.
Right, there's nothing worse than people who punch down. So I don't want to beat up on Ross. I don't.
Okay,
No, I appreciate what it is.
down.
It's just funny on radio.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
it translates.
Oh,
It's
sweetie,
just-
you should hear me on the phone.
Okay.
I was doing stand-up. This is true story. I was doing stand-up in Tahoe last week, and this guy in the front goes, "She kind of looks like a guy."
Now, do you just laugh, or do you like, hey,
I
F
just
you?
laugh. I know, I just laugh. And I told him to go out.
Now,
himself.
Ross, are there any ladies in your life, or it's
Oh,
none of my business?
Well,
He's got a lovely lady with him right here,
I
holding
do.
the camera.
Cool.
Daria, my office mate, and then of course my mother and my dog Louise are the ladies in my life.
Very good.
By the way, this is what he had to say. He's like, how's Jamie? And I'm like, she's good. You know, she had the baby. He was a big boy, 9 pounds 3 ounces. And he's like, oh my God, that's bigger than my dog.
Well, there's
like
somebody
by
with
2 pounds, by
a
the
real
way.
a real parental instinct. Hey, Ross, do you love TV?
Uh-huh.
Okay, imagine this.
Yeah.
If you could get here's the riddle of sorts.
Okay.
Every single channel, every HD TV channel, every movie, every sports, every adult thing.
I'm sporting wood.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Now you know what? Now I am disturbed.
There we go.
Stench just moved closer.
Yeah. You know what's sort of really weird? I actually backed away from the microphone, and I'm not even in the same room. I literally wheeled away from the microphone.
And you're welcome.
All right. 10 TiVo machines. All right. Apparently, DirecTV is offering a new thing. It is called the Titanium service.
Wow.
It's everything. How much would you pay for that?
I offer that.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
$450 a month.
You'd be happy to pay $450 a month?
$450 a month?
I get
For
every.
cable?
Wait,
For
do
you
I
get
get
everything.
every station and 10 TiVos?
10 TiVos
What are you
every
going to do
station.
with 10 TiVos?
Oh, you're
Oh
gonna
my
rock
God,
the
Ross!
world.
I have 2 and I can't TiVo everything I
Yeah.
need to watch.
Really?
So you're up for that.
Yeah, that
All
seems
right,
like pretty solid.
you just need a teeny bit of a raise. $625 a month, $7,500 a year.
I want to be rich.
Yeah, but you can write that all off in our
It's
business.
it's not as great as it seems.
Oh, I want to be rich. That sounds amazing.
Does that sound cool? It's like Elvis.
You know what? That seems, to be honest, that seems too much to me.
You
That's
know
just
what,
like,
though? It's going to be on, like, MTV Cribs, and all the rappers are going to have it. They're going to open
Right,
a
exactly
cabinet
right.
and go, look.
Well, you know,
They're
there's
going to have
always
one in like their car.
there's always this thing. There's no end to the high end, and the fact that the service costs more than actual cool TV costs is kind of interesting to me.
Wow.
Did Jay make fun? And fellas, did we talk about this yesterday? The whole Connie Chung thing.
Oh yeah, they did.
We're going to play it here coming up at 7 o'clock if
Okay.
anyone missed it.
I'll give you a little tidbit of information. More people have watched Connie Chung badly singing on the web than watched the show she sang on ever.
That's true.
And so,
I didn't know she had a show.
Yeah. It was her and Maury together.
Same network that you work for, sweetie.
Oh,
the
well, thank
MSNBC.
MSNBC.
you. Cupcake. That was
So-
a turn I didn't expect.
So anyway, in any event, she's now apparently spending the summer at the Maury Povich Connie Chung summer home in Montana, where the houses are so far apart they can't hear you sing.
Okay,
In any
Sam,
event.
did you watch the clip now?
Oh, I sure. Oh, I watched it. In fact, I owe you guys. If you were the ones who alerted me to it, we played it yesterday like crazy and got a ton of email.
Was it not the strangest thing you've ever seen? It
Well,
wasn't funny.
There were like 20 schools of thought. One, was she drunk?
Yeah.
Two, you know what? And this I have always known. She's nuts. She has a very wacky sense of humor.
I like
She's
that.
always had that.
Okay.
And three, which a lot of women are saying. So I was going to offer Ross a chance to.
A lot of women are saying
that she looked great. Great
Really?
dress,
Whoa,
great
she had a
figure.
nice dress on, and,
Yeah.
and she looked good in the dress, but
Right. The whole thing, it
the
was weird.
behavior was too bizarre to pass this up.
Yeah.
Stench had a theory that she was trying to get back at Maury.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
slams Maury.
Yeah.
There's a line in there about Maury has to go back to interviewing fat babies.
Well, you know what?
Stench put his resume in.
One thing that's very interesting is the Maury's, and you guys would probably talk to Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're Teflon because those shows are really unseemly. I mean, they are sleazy.
They're good,
horrible.
is what they are. Sam.
No, do you think they're good? You really have to take a shower afterwards. They're
If
awful.
it's like the
No.
afternoon and you're high, that can be a really fun show to watch.
No, I sit down and watch those shows and I go, God, I have got it together. I am a huge model of industry and success.
That's funny.
Hey, my baby's not that fat.
See? All right,
Jack,
Sam.
Wait, we at 9:30 we will we're going to come up with secrets about Ross, which I don't think should be hard to do.
No,
There you
you're
go.
not. You're going to be
That'll
nice to Ross.
That'll be a
love
short
Ross.
segment.
I love Ross.
Yeah, thanks.
Is Nicole going to have a baby as she walks down the aisle?
I saw her with a little tummy, yeah.
Well, there we go. And a big news about Deal or No Deal.
Okay.
You know that movie Little Man coming up?
Shh, yes, the
With the
Wayans
Wayans brothers,
yeah,
and he
yes, I
plays
do.
a baby?
Right.
I heard Carlos was up for that part of Little Man.
I'll tell him you said that.
Yeah, bye.
All right, see you guys. Bye, Ross. Have a good show.
Hey, nice talking to you.
Likewise. Bye.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench. Stench.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Jamie, Jack, and Stench show. Jamie is out on maternity leave. Jack and Stench holding it down with guest host every day. And today, Ross, the intern from The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, thank you for being here.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Good morning.
And we apologize, Jack and I, on behalf of our cohort, Sam Rubin, for the vicious attack on Ross.
That's okay. I'll win in the long run. It's okay.
Okay, here's something really interesting that Sam Rubin doesn't know. He probably should have. Ross is like a crazy blogger, and he's got crazy blogger people, and he's during commercials, he'll go over to the internet and he will chat with the people. There's a vicious backlash against Sam Rubin for the last segment, and they're going to bombard him over at KTLA.
Well, you mess with the master.
It was so out of the blue.
I know.
I can see throwing a zinger at someone and hey, that's funny, but
Yeah.
he's stuck with it.
Kept going and going and going. I mean, I had to start defending myself at a certain point. Good thing he wasn't here, man.
Oh,
These fists.
oh, you could kill Sam Rubin. Yeah, you'd wail. I think Ross would kick Sam's ass.
You've got my back, though, right?
Yeah.
I know you guys are pals, but
Yeah,
Right?
You'd take Sam out. No, you wouldn't
Right.
need us. We'd watch, and Jack and I'd be like, I got 5 on Ross.
yeah. You know what? Sam's fine. I have no hard feelings.
So now you're at the Tonight Show, and you're there every single day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now actually working on the Tonight Show, or doing your blog, and sometimes with the Tonight Show.
Well, I don't want to get confused. I'm not on the show every single
But you're
day.
you're there. Every
I'm
day.
there every day in my office. I write the blog. We're starting a behind-the-scenes show on the web, the John
Okay.
and Ross Show with John Melendez, the announcer, which will be up soon. But I am on the show tomorrow night. I went to Orlando last week and shot a segment as a weather person for the local news. But it was during the tropical storm Alberto.
So, and that was after Governor Bush issued a mandatory
Yeah.
evacuation for the area. Right?
Right? Yeah. We're getting on a plane, and they're like, "Do not come to Florida." Right? I'm like, well, there we go. And yeah, state of emergency, blah blah blah, and then me, wacky weather.
How was that?
Awkward.
And then this is probably like at that point, no one really could be watching because you're evacuating.
I at first I was like, man, I feel kind of guilty because like these people probably really want the weather, and then I was like, you know what, their power's out anyway. They can't.
So what were you saying? Like, hey, there's a hurricane coming.
Kind of. I'm like, so that doesn't look good. But you got to watch tomorrow night on the Tonight Show. It should be pretty good.
So that's the segment of the weather and the hurricane.
That's the segment.
Pretty smart. They held the segment until everything went through and there was no disaster. And now, okay,
Right.
It was a tropical storm in the end.
Yeah,
wasn't
it never even became a hurricane, which is fine, right?
Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah.
You were there and it wasn't a hurricane.
Because sorry, but hurricanes aren't funny.
No, you're right.
Never.
No.
Almost. No, DK, can I tell you something that happened
What?
last year on this here radio show?
What?
We were making fun of the hurricane season kicked in. It got really big.
Yeah.
So every time there was a hurricane, we would turn on the Weather Channel and make fun of the people in their ponchos, and the
Yeah.
guy, like there'd be a guy with a rope tied on.
Yeah.
Well, we really started off on Katrina being
No.
hysterical, and it ended up being a very disastrous, awful thing by that afternoon.
There is nothing funny about that. But
Okay.
before, I'm sure
But
it was
before
hysterical.
exactly. In hindsight, that was
No.
bad. But, no one knew it was going to be. And usually they build you up for these catastrophic hurricanes and really, blows off some tiles and nothing really bad happens.
Anderson Cooper falls down.
Yeah, guy.
Right.
Oh, like Al Roker? See in the video when Al
He didn't
Roker
fall
fell?
down, no.
There was a guy holding his feet. A poor cameraman crawled out and is holding Al Roker's feet because he kept blowing over with his little fat self.
That is a job that I don't want.
Oh, man.
Man.
Now, when you're at the Tonight Show, you're doing your thing. Have you ran across anyone besides Sam Rubin in the entertainment industry that's just an ass? That's just been mean to you?
Besides Sam Rubin?
Yeah, besides Sam Rubin. We'll
He
exclude him.
is by far the biggest ass. If you're listening, Sam, I'm kidding. The man could crush me, right?
No.
No, I mean in this town. Right?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Sam's on KTLA, Jack, right? He's not pulling a lot of clout.
Yeah, I don't think Sam will wield his power against you.
Yeah.
No, I really haven't run into that many people who are jerks because we have the Tonight Show camera. I mean, if they're a jerk to me, lots of people
That's
are going to
true.
see it,
Oh, that's
So,
true.
I don't think they like me necessarily as much as the Tonight Show camera.
That's true. Jay could shut them down.
Right.
Would he totally get your back? Jay's a cool guy?
Oh, Jay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if someone was just brutal to you, Jay would come down on them with the wrath of the Tonight Show?
Probably not. No. But I
wanna
mean,
go out that far?
I'm sure, in the hallway, he'd be like, "Don't worry about it," something.
Can you do a Jay impression? I heard a little there.
I didn't mean to.
Oh!
It just sort of happens when you're talking about Jay, and you're.
That's like a bad thing. Hey, don't do the Jay impression when Jay's around.
I don't know. I've never done it, but it just sort of happens when you're like. And then I saw Jay, and he was like, "Don't worry about it." So it's like you never want to do that in front of him.
Oh, yeah, that probably wouldn't be good.
I'd hate to hear his impression of me.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Jay's a funny guy too. I noticed like I'm heading to Vegas next week, and I was looking up things to do. He's in Vegas over the weekends. I mean, he performs every weekend and then does the Tonight Show 5 days a week.
Yeah, he's like a robot. The man must not sleep, right?
He's nonstop working.
I'm lazy.
You've got this blog thing, and that's it.
Right? It's like me and my dog, my blog, that's it.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, audio it's must-hear audio. It's Connie Chung. She had the MSNBC show with her husband, Maury Povich, and they got canceled, and Connie went out in style and sang a song, but it's so weird. It's not, like, funny. It's just kind of uncomfortable. It's long audio, but you definitely got to hear it, and we'll play it all for you.
I can't wait. And I'll be in the chat room during the commercial break. Go to NBC.com/Tonight Show, my blog, and then to the chat room.
Wow, that's a lot.
Sorry. Did you write that down
Can
while
you
you're
just go to
driving?
like NBC.com and click over?
I know, right? I wish.
All right, we'll do that next.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench Show.
All right, a little bit after 7 o'clock here on the show, and we left you with telling you we're going to play this audio, but I feel I need to explain it again. It's Connie Chung. She had a show on MSNBC with her husband, Maury Povich. They got canceled, and Connie did the last show. By the way, Maury's nowhere in this clip.
Right.
It's Connie. She's wearing a white, very sexy evening gown, like she's going to the Oscars.
Right, yeah.
Laying on a grand piano. Now, here's where it gets weird. There's a guy behind the grand piano smiling ear to ear, but he's pretending he's playing because he's not playing.
Oh, the whole thing is weird.
And Connie sings this song, which slams cable, which is what she's on. MSNBC's a cable channel.
Right.
Kind of slams Maury. And it just gets, and it has you'll hear a grunting and groaning in the middle of the song, and it's her crawling off of the piano.
Oh, my God.
Well,
It's
Connie's not
just
as young
awkward.
as she used to be.
It's weird,
Okay.
Jack. And at the end, she falls down like she's dead on the floor of the MSNBC studios. At this point, just tell me what you think. Listen
Let's
to this
rock
clip.
it.
Let me
Yeah,
hear it.
go.
Okay.
Thanks for the memories. We came to
piano.
do a show for very little dough.
Do you hear the craziness?
By little, I mean I could make more working on Skid Row. That's cable.
I just got chills.
TV. Thanks for the memories. This half a year flew by.
Oh, no.
My Maury, what a guy.
It was only on 6 months.
Instead of asking who's the daddy, he could talk Dubai. How stunned were we all?
Is she
Slam
drunk?
on Maury.
Maury would talk instead of listening.
What's happening?
Unaware of the concept of whispering. And when he did say the right thing, it was so rare.
Oh, Oh, Maury should
Why
smack her.
should I care? Thanks for the memories.
she write this?
The thing I love the most about hubby as co-host is all those other anchors were as dull as Melba toast.
That's a slam on the other end of MSNBC.
Sparks really flew.
She
It's not
Did she
over
forget?
yet.
Right there, the grunts. She's getting off the piano now.
Thanks for the memories.
She grunted.
Now that's
So the guy's
the
playing
show
air
is
piano?
through.
Yes.
I've
There's
got
no music.
bigger
Listen to
things to do. But Maury is back weighing in. Fat babies, how taboo. He can't get enough. Thanks
handle
for the memories.
But is she joking?
I feel like Connie Chung is raping
As
me. That's what it
we
feels
come
like.
to a close,
There's still 30 seconds
we
left.
Oh my
say
God.
to
To
friends
see it
and
is worse than to
foes,
just hear it, because I saw it.
thanks for
Yeah.
tuning in to watch the con take on the pose.
Connie,
Yeah, I get it.
We thank
she said
you
I was like, what is she doing?
so much.
And now falls to the floor as if she were dead. See?
Oh.
Boom.
That kind of
What do you
rules.
think, Thoughts?
It. And did
And
they?
then go to the credits.
Okay.
No comeback, no explaining, no laughing, no
She-
applause, just show's
She
over.
and Maury are an empire. I mean, they have a ton of money. Maury, his show has been more than successful. I know he's produced some other shows. They have so much money that I think she's lost her mind. I think
Isn't
she can
that
just do whatever
strange?
she wants.
What's going on?
You know, we want your input on this. 1-800-STAR-987, because we have no clue. Was that a joke? Was she drunk? What the hell was that?
All of the above?
Yeah, Connie Chung and Maury Povich, that was their goodbye show. Notice Maury stayed the hell away.
The con taking on the Poe.
And she kind of slammed Maury for most of that song.
Fat
lot of it.
babies?
Yeah. We'll talk about it next. 1-800-STAR-987.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench.